And weighed in officially at 284.4 pounds. A native of Kananga, Democratic Republic of the Congo, he is now fighting out of Green Gares, Scotland, and brings a professional record consisting of 20 wins, just one defeat, 15 of his 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBC International and IBO Continental Heavyweight Champion, Martin Bakole. And his opponent across the ring in this championship contest, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing blue with white and weighed in officially at 252.4 pounds. Hailing from Toledo, Ohio, he brings an undefeated record with 17 wins, 15 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBO International Heavyweight Champion, Jared, the real big baby Anderson.
Mouthpiece. Your trunks are a little high. Right here is going to be legal. Yours a little bit high. Right here is legal. Gentlemen, you were giving your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Touch him up. Good luck to both of you.
Jared Anderson taking a massive step up in competition. Is it a step too far, or is he about to break out on the world scene as the next great heavyweight? He'll be facing a monster in terms of power and output. He owns the number 2 and number 3 spots in terms of most total punches thrown by a heavyweight in a single round. He's thrown 147 in one round before. Let's see what he does here against the 24-year-old American heavyweight.
You could just see the size difference. I mean, how wide, how big Bakole is compared to the smaller, shorter, but more athletic Anderson.
Anderson, while a lot of people were concerned about him taking this matchup, he's not, saying, listen, he's just brute strength, has no ring IQ, he'll be easy to hit.
Hey, George Foreman was just brute strength. He was the scariest man in the heavyweight division for a long time.
Bakole being very apprehensive early here, letting Anderson try and find the range.
I don't think he's letting him. I think this is the athletic part of Anderson. You know, Anderson's going to want to use speed, footwork, get in and out. What he can't do is stay too long in front of Bakole with his head in the same place, because he will get time.
He's got that right hand cocked, though, Chris.
Yeah, he does. But Anderson's doing a nice job focusing on that body. A couple fights earlier against Andre Rudenko, Anderson landed 72 body shots. That was more than 50% of his total output. Big midsection on Bakole. I'd expect him to target that all night.
Anderson fighting from the southpaw stance, giving Bakole a different look.
Nice body shot with the right hand from Jared Anderson. 17-0. We'll get with Sean in just a minute here. 2:30 to go in round 5. Left hook to the body from Anderson.
That's good. I'll say it again. That's going to be the key here for Anderson. If you could double up on those body shots, I don't care how much mass there is right there on Bakole. They're bound to break through.
All right, let's check in with Sean.
Yeah, I got to give this kid credit. He's more mature than I thought. I thought that after the first round, this fight might be over. Bakole is big, he's strong, and very, very determined. But I like Anderson still continuing to find a way to fight.
Nice left hand there from Anderson. He's not backing down from this monstrous challenge of Martin Bakole. If you're just tuning in, Anderson went down in the first, and it has been a slugfest ever since. Oh, and the head snaps back. Bakole with another good moment.
Anderson mixing it up with the bigger man. No more boxing. Flat-footed and mixing it up.
Got to be careful, though. I know there's an instinct to go in there and mix it up as a fighter, but his path to victory is that range. Keep going to the body, use that length, use that speed. Bakole is the bigger puncher in this matchup.
I don't think anybody can question the heart of Anderson anymore. He peeled himself off the canvas, fighting toe-to-toe with this monster.
Leaping left from Bakole, and again. Last week, it was Chisora and Joe Joyce with one of the best heavyweight fights you'll see. We're getting something very similar here in Los Angeles.
That's what Anderson better start doing. Just resorting to the jab and boxing this big man. Do not go toe-to-toe and do not exchange with him. He's way too big for you.
And against the ropes is Anderson. He can't stay there. Needs to use every inch of this ring.
And Bakole there doing the smart thing, leaning on Jared Anderson, putting his entire close to 300-pound frame on the body of Jared Anderson.
Boy, that right just missed.
Ooh. Both of them exchange big right hands right there. They both hit each other's shoulders, but wow. Any of those punches land, someone's going down.
Bakole in his lone loss, granted, it was a long time ago, 5 years, but he was stopped in the 10th round by Hunter.
This is a good round for Anderson. I like what he did. I like what he did there in the second half of the fight, boxing.
Speaking of heavyweights, Riyadh season hits London. Wembley Stadium, close to 100,000 will be on hand for AJ versus Dubois.
Okay, you can't beat your job.
System.
Okay?
Eyes, this eyes. Clean it.
No, clean his eye. Alan.
Okay.
Anderson's staying in that southpaw stance, going back and forth, but when he's in the southpaw stance, he's getting hit with those right hands, double right hands, and then that left uppercut he got hit with earlier. But then from that orthodox stance, that's exactly what Anderson needs to be focusing on. No more switching. Bakole's getting the better of him. He had a good second half of that round, but that first round was all Bakole.
Anderson has been in the ring, although sparring with some big-name fighters that come in with a lot of size. Most notably, he helped prepare Tyson Fury for one of his fights with Deontay Wilder.
Little sneaky uppercuts again.
He caught him and he went down. Innocent-looking punches, but they did the job for the second time.
You know, that isn't about an accumulation of punishment. Martin Bakole has been throwing that uppercut repeatedly through the first 4.5 rounds of that fight. That was the end result of them.
Anderson does not look good, Sergio.
No, the punches are landing too much. It's going to be another uppercut.
Is this the end of Anderson?
Bakole wanted his heart. He's taking his heart.
7. You let it go. 8. Rock toward me. Rock toward me.
I don't like the look in the face of Jared Anderson.
You let it go. One more time.
They're going to let him go one more time. Bakole seconds away from the biggest win of his life. Martin Bakole has Big Baby bouncing off the ropes, and he's done it. Martin Bakole with an epic performance in Los Angeles.
Bakole, the beast of the Congo. Man, that was a beatdown he put on Jared Anderson. Taking the O of Anderson now. That's crazy. That is crazy.
And just think of the future opponents that he could take on. I'd love to see him in there against AJ, against Fury, against Usyk, against Ruiz, anybody, and Bakole, sign me up.
He fits in just nicely in the era of these titans of 6'6" plus heavyweights. We got a new one in the mix with Martin Bakole. Man, that was nuts. That was a beatdown I didn't expect.
There were a lot of people, Chris, that questioned Anderson agreeing to this fight. They thought he needed a little more seasoning, but I'm not sure any amount of fights we're going to prepare Anderson for what we just saw.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Martin Bakole is simply one of the most heavy-handed heavyweights in boxing.
Mayweather back in action again. That'll be Saturday, August 24th. Part 3, Mayweather and Gotti live. So the man we haven't seen in the ring since October came out and looked sensational. And look at him doing the Scottish jig, Sergio. What personality.
Oh, man, you gotta love this man. We got a new player in the heavyweight division. This guy's a monster.
You compared him to George Foreman. He's got that same kind of personality, doesn't he?
No. Well, not only the personality. We saw it, in the second half of George